previously recorded on yesterday's video, I shared with you all of the food that I got for the month of October. In case you missed yesterday's video, I'm going to share with you the video at the end of this one because it's so interesting, all of the things I get at the end of the month. Food that was going to be thrown away. But today's video is a full video on what did I do with all that food. As you see, I got a lot of bulk food. Plus I got all these cases of strawberries and I have so many limes. Plus hundreds and hundreds of other items. But today I'm going to share with you what I did with all of it, how you can preserve it, and I think you're going to find today's video really interesting. So this is going to complete for the month of October all of the preserving of the food. I have some coconuts that we're going to have in the following week, and also I'm going to just share with you some other things that I'm doing, but this is the main bulk of the food that I got from the trash heap and to the pantry. That's how you can make food last all winter long. I hope you enjoy the video. Morning everyone, this is day one in preserving all the food that I got for the month of October from the food pantry that was going to be thrown away. So I'm going to share with you what my kitchen looks like. A lot of people are interested in the whole procedure of how I preserve everything and what I do. But I wanted to show you the nitty-gritty about life. This is life. This is real life. And it's a lot of work preserving all this food. My kitchen is full of different kinds of food that I'm going to store up for the winter. There we have some limes. I'm preserving my limes in 3 different ways, and I'm sharing with you that in a moment. Here is some of my bulk ingredients, which is going to go into jars. And the big gallon jar is actually bread cubes that I made into croutons. One way I'm going to preserve all the limes that I got. So here I'm dehydrating them. Now some of this is going to go into potpourri, some of this is going into my homemade soaps, and some of this is just going to be preserved so I have it as a spice. So what I will do is when I'm ready to make it, I will actually put it in the blender and make it real fine, and I can add that to anything that wants a lime flavor. I'm also going to be juicing my limes, and so we're going to can lime juice. And that lime juice, you could use it for just about anything that you wish. So today we're working on the strawberries, the limes, working on all of that bulk food that I got. And I just want to share with you what it looks like. It's a lot of work, especially when you don't have the amenities like I do. So I don't have ways to do things quickly like some people would. There's a basket in the middle of the floor because I needed room on my counter space. Share with you what this is. So what I'm making is strawberry syrup. This can go for on top of pancakes, on top of ice cream. This can actually be added to lemonade to make it strawberry lemonade. I have strawberry pie filling. I have strawberry jelly, but I don't have any of this. Also, we make a lot of fruit roll-ups. So this is the base for the fruit roll-ups. All it is a strawberries and a little bit of sugar, and I blended it all together. There you go. So that is ready to can. All this gets water bath canned. So we're going to get started on that. And this is the before. Yep. 10 o'clock. I've been at this now 2 hours. Also, I got 2 pounds of bacon that I need to cut the fat off of that because I want to just have the bacon part of it. But here you go. So this is what my kitchen looks like. So the strawberries are in the canner, and now what we're doing is we're making old-fashioned homemade V8, and I use the steam juicer for that. I have other videos on this as well, and these are all cherry tomatoes and different odd tomatoes. So what I am going to do is add a little bit of vinegar so we can up the acid level so we can actually water bath these. But I'm going to add some of my spices and seasonings. This is garlic, onion, all kinds of seasonings. And then I'm going to add some homemade parsley. I did add a little bit of salt, and I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. Now that's all we have to do. And when it's ready, the juice will come out of the hose into our canning jars, and then we're going to can that for about 30 minutes. This is my #1 favorite tool for the Homestead. This and my dehydrator and my pressure canners. They are superb in making things on the Homestead and preserving things. And then I'm using my electric water bath canner from Ball. I love it. You can use the hot water then for your kitchen needs, and that's what I do because I don't have hot water here, so I will use that for washing up my dishes. So everything is starting to come together, and I'll show you a little bit later when it all's finished. A big project like this, I try to clean up as I go, so it's not so much at the end of the day, because this will be a 9-hour day in my kitchen. So what I'm working on is some lime slices, and we are going to use these for upcoming projects. We're going to use them for decorating for Christmas. We're going to use them for making some other preserves. So those are some of the limes, and I'm going to juice the other limes, and I'm going to can it. Alright, 9 hours later, the kitchen is cleaned up, and I'm going to share with you what I preserved and what I have sealed in these jars. So let's get the camera closer, and I'll show you what I got for the month of October, food that was going to be thrown away. Off what's in the basket. This is dried limes, and they're cut up. What I would do when I need them, I will put them in the blender, and I will cut them up even more finer. I use this in my homemade soaps, and I use this in my homemade cleaner, which I have some videos on, and I'm going to have more on. Here was garlic bread. Here's garlic bread croutons that I made with the bread. We have some regular flour. We have some marshmallows. This one is not sealed. This one we will use right away. And then this one is sealed. These are all pureed strawberries. This will be for strawberry fruit roll-ups. Also, this syrup will be for if I make lemonade, anything that you want a taste of strawberry. It's just strawberries pureed with some sugar. I have a lot of these. I have 2 cases of these. With the cherry tomatoes and all the little tomatoes that I got, we have some tomato juice. I added 1 teaspoon of lime juice to give it more acid, so I could water bath it. So those are some of the juice of the tomato. Here we have breadcrumbs. I added my own Italian seasoning to it. We have all of these dry malt. I did a lot of research. Dry malt is something that you can add like a half of a cup to your bread flour when you're making bread or rolls. It's sweet. It has a little bit of sugar in it, and it's supposed to really help the quality of your home-baked goods. So we have 3 of the dry malts. This is something I would never be able to buy. It's not very cheap, and it's something I never even would have thought of buying, but I found it at the food pantry, and this nobody was going to take because it's something that is very unusual, and that would all have been thrown away. A few coconuts that we're going to be working on this week. I also have to juice the limes, and we're going to can that juice. And I also have some bacon that I cut up, and I have it in the freezer. I have a little bit of milk that I got this week, and so this is all of the food. It's preserved, it's put up, and it will last me for many, many months. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. I have them out once a month. I share with you my social experiment. So what is my social experiment? My social experiment is going to the food pantry on the last day when they were going to throw all the food away, seeing what I can gather, seeing what I can do with that food. You know, knowledge is essential, and knowledge is power, and knowledge will save you money. And a lot of times people will go to the food pantries and have no idea what they can do with the food that they get. And I'm guessing a lot of times this food, when it reaches their homes, it gets too old and they throw it away. When you get food at the pantry, most times that food is just about ready to spoil. Sometimes the food is very old, so you have to be very cautious. You have to look up on the internet and find out about your expiration dates. But if you take the food and you know how to preserve it right away, you can save the food and you can actually enjoy it. This is a hobby of mine. It also is a life-saving technique for me and my family. When you don't have the income, you have to think outside the box. And so many times people will see fruit and vegetables, and in the package there may be 1 or 2 spoiled items, but the rest of it is good. They'll see a spoiled item and they toss the whole package away. That's being wasteful. And here in America, we are #1 in food waste. So I hope that you get something from these videos, and I hope I teach you something. Whether you have food that's sitting in your refrigerator that's almost going to spoil, or you like me and you go to the food pantry and you have the opportunity to go there before they throw everything out. These things can be vital because you never know what tomorrow brings. You never know when your income is going to be slashed in half. And our income was slashed over half in this last year. And so this has been a beautiful opportunity for me once again to save even more money. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow.